Good evening and welcome to the November 9th, 2015 meeting of the Revere City Council. Will everyone please rise and salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Roll call of the members. Councilor Arrigo?
Here.
Here. Councilor Janino? Here. Here. Councilor Guanasso?
Yep.
Here. Councilor Hass is absent. Councilor McKenna is absent. Councilor Morabito?
Here.
Here. Councilor Novoselsky?
Here.
Here. Councilor Patch?
Here.
Here. Councilor Reardon?
Here.
Here. Councilor Zambuto?
Here.
Here. And Council President Powers?
Here.
Here. Quorum is present. Approval of the journal of the meeting held on October 26, 2015.
Motion to approve.
Calendar item number 1, a certificate of commendation will be awarded to Doreen DiRienzo for attaining the rank of 10th degree black belt, an accomplishment which earns her the title of highest ranking female grandmaster in American Kenpo karate.
Doreen. Doreen, congratulations. Thank you. I'd just like to say a few words about Doreen, and so everyone understands why we are giving the certificate this evening. Doreen was the first female ever to attain 10th degree Grandmaster in Kenpo Karate. She traveled to Ireland, Dublin, Ireland, for the international tournament to achieve that honor. Taking a test at Trinity College and passing the test, she is the first female 10th degree black belt master of the arts in the world. And I believe you went with your sons, Joseph and Anthony?
Yeah, my son, my husband, Roger Blaze, and my two sons, Anthony and Joseph Cogliandro, were there present at the exam, as well as about 25 of my students.
Okay. I go back probably 35 years at least with Doreen, only because of my son, who was a student at her academy, and she's a revered businesswoman. She's tutored a lot of young people in karate and maybe some adults too. Yeah. And she's an asset to the city, and she certainly deserves this evening. One of the people that does deserve this type of award, and not just based on the fact that she has achieved this honor, but based on the contribution she has made to the city of Revere over the past 35 or 36 years, and we want to congratulate you. I'm going to read your certificate. This is a certificate of commendation in acknowledgement of your lifetime of dedication to martial arts, whereby on July 23rd, 2015, at Trinity College in Dublin, Ireland, you became the first woman in the world to attain the rank of 10th degree black belt grandmaster in American Kenpo Karate. Therefore, special recognition is acknowledged to Doreen DiRienzo. Correct? Okay. This certificate of commendation is presented by the City Council of the City of Revere, Massachusetts, on behalf of its citizens this 9th day of November in the year of our Lord, 2015, and the independence of the United States of America, 239th. It's signed by City Clerk Ashley Melnick and by myself, City Council President John Powers. Congratulations. I'd like to have Anthony, Joseph, and your husband come up here also.
Do you want us to?
Yeah, come over here. Come over here, fellas. Anthony,
Why
Joseph.
don't you come on this side?
And, this is your certificate. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to say a few words in acknowledgement?
I would just like to thank everybody for this honor. I've had the opportunity to travel all over the world and see many places, but Revere is my home. I love this city, and I'm going to be punching and kicking as long as I have breath in my lungs and strength in my legs, and I'll be here. My son Anthony is now really running the studio, and with the love and support of my son Joseph and my husband Roger, I know we're going to just keep going. And once again, I want to thank you all for taking the time to acknowledge me and, you know, recognize the achievement that I made this summer. It's truly, truly means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just shake hands with you.
Yep. Before we continue with our meeting, I would like to recognize another gentleman here in the chamber this evening, our colleague, Mayor-elect Brian Arrigo. Brian, come on.
Want me to talk?
Yeah, say a few words. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Obviously, the last week, or the last 2 weeks have been a really humbling time for me between the birth of my son and this year's election, which was a hard-fought battle. Really an incredible year and an incredible 2 weeks for myself and my family and my supporters. And I can't thank all of you enough on the council for your friendship and for the great work that we've done on the council. And I look forward to serving on the other side of that podium and being a partner with all of you in the future. So thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Now we'll continue with the meeting.
Calendar item number 2 is the zoning subcommittee report.
Mr. President, the zoning subcommittee of the Revere City Council met at about 20 minutes to 6 this evening to consider two matters. The first matter is C-15-10, which is a petition by David Massey regarding construction of 4 townhouse units on parcel 1A Lamson Street. That matter was put over at the request of the applicant. The attorney was out of town.
That's fine.
That will be heard on prior to our next regular meeting. The second matter is C-15-11, a petition from Oxford Airport Technical Services, 47 Meacham Avenue, Elmont, New York, seeking permission from the Revere City Council to convert one non-conforming use, a contractor storage yard, to another non-conforming use, a maintenance and repair facility at 885 North Shore Road within the GB district. This matter was heard this evening, and it was reported out favorably unanimously by the subcommittee with the restrictions proposed, first restrictions proposed by the Site Plan Review Committee, which briefly are that the parking lot shall be striped with clear pavement markings for parking spaces to be 9 by 18 and access and egress markings in accordance with a plan to be approved by the Site Plan Review Committee. Two, that there shall be no outdoor storage of materials or equipment, unregistered vehicles or vehicles under repair outdoors. 3, that the existing standing accessory sign shall be removed and all future signage shall be approved by the Site Plan Review Committee. In addition to that, I believe at your request, Mr. President, the hours of operation will be limited to between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m.
That's correct.
And that the fence would be fitted with plastic slats to for cosmetic purposes.
That's also correct.
And as I say, those restrictions are all reported out favorably by the zoning subcommittee and are now ripe for a vote of this council.
Yeah, I just want to say I've spoken with the residents down there, and everyone is, happy with the situation. No one has had any objections that has called me or contacted me, particularly the residents around the area. So I'm hoping that we will vote favorably on this evening. Move the question, please.
Shall the City Council grant the relief requested, subject to the findings and conditions of site plan review and the zoning subcommittee on special permit C-15-11 for 885 North Shore Road? Councilor Arrigo?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Guanasso?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Hess is absent. Councilor McKenna is absent. Councilor Morabito?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Patch?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Reardon?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Zambudo?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Powers?
Yes.
Yes, the special permit has been granted. Calendar item number 3, communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of John Colleran, 21 Thurlow Ave, Revere, Mass., to the Resident Employment Monitoring Committee.
Appointment Subcommittee.
Calendar item number 4, motion presented by Councilor Powers that the mayor request the MBTA to remove the dilapidated shed and clean the area next to the central fire station. In its present condition, it is harboring rodents and disgraceful looking to the downtown business district.
Yes, I was down there for the past couple of weeks, and I noticed that the windows in the shed are broken. There's weeds growing all around it, probably 2 feet high. And where the rest of Broadway is starting to look nice, I would hope that the MBTA could come in and either remove that shed or certainly clean it up. Councilor Reardon.
Mr. President, my understanding is that there has been a grant, the city's received a grant to not only remove the MBTA shed, as you call it, I guess it used to be a
cab stand, yeah,
taxi
that's right.
stand, right? To remove that and to pave the area so that kids walking into the McKinley School will now be able to access it without having to go to the parking lot. Hopefully that work will commence relatively soon, as well as you suggest, clean up the entire area. But it's a fairly significant grant, as I understand, so hopefully that will be put into effect. And my concern, of course, continues to be the safety of the children going to the school. That'll be an important aspect of the school going forward. So, fortunately, I think that's about.
Is there going to be some type of a walkway from Broadway?
There is going to be a sidewalk in place from, I believe, immediately the other side of not the fence, but the barrier that on Walgreens, all the way up as close to that property line as possible, so they're as far away from the bus traffic as they possibly can be when they walk through there. Because as it stands right now, the kids have to traverse some.
Yeah, it's bad done. That works for me. And on the motion, all in favor?
Calendar item number 5, motion presented by Councilor Powers that the mayor direct the DPW to replace 2.5 sidewalk panels on Hyde Street at the entrance to the Inspectional Services Department.
I've been going over there for, on business periodically for a couple of years now, and I thought that when they redid the parking lot for where the police station used to be, that someone might have went over and dug up 2.5 panels and filled it with concrete, which is not a big expense, but that hasn't happened, and it's dangerous. It's a lot cheaper to fix that right now than have somebody trip on it and file a lawsuit against the city. So if that's anyone want to speak on the motion? Ira? On the motion, all in favor, so ordered.
Calendar item number 6, motion presented by Councilor Powers that the mayor request the DPW to arrange to have the women's room in the basement of City Hall painted, doors and walls repaired, and ceiling panels replaced.
Yes, I was contacted by a couple of female city employees, and they took me into the ladies' room, and it's disgusting. It really is. The panels are all rusted. The ceiling tile's missing, and there's a large portion of the wall is missing, and it has a plastic top over it, and it's not really very inviting for women that want to use that facility. So I would hope that this would be done as quickly as possible. And we've never seen it. Probably the only one that might have seen it would be Councilor McKenna or Councilor Janino. So I just hope it gets done real quick. I know Councilor Arrigo, go ahead.
I'm Guanasso.
I know it. He wanted to speak.
Oh,
Okay, Councilor Ganasso, then you can speak.
Well, I was just concerned, Mr. President, that your stay at the women's room, how long was that stay that you had in there? And that you not get too familiarized with the...
Very short period of time. In fact, it's so atrocious in there, I couldn't stay in there that long.
That's good. I'm very happy to hear that, because initially I was concerned when I saw the motion, saying, what in God's world is Councilor Powers doing in the women's room? But now I know, and I'm glad.
I always respond to a woman's request.
I understand that. I don't blame you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Anyone else?
Mr. President,
Councilor Zambudo.
I certainly don't have a problem with fixing the ladies' room. I just wanted to make a statement going forward. We seem to have a lot of motions every week that should be work orders. Now, I'd like to see us go back to our rules and put work orders in before we put motions before the city council.
Well,
I'm not singling you out. I'm just making
I hope
blanket
not.
statement that I want to see this go back to the way it's supposed to
I
be.
hope not, because
Work
I have
orders.
put a lot of work orders in and they haven't been taken care
That's
of.
part of the procedure. If you do that, then you're allowed to put a motion in, sir. I'm talking about the motions that go in with no work orders, and there's plenty of them. So I would ask that we go back to our rules of order. Thank you.
Thank you for that information, Mr. Zambudo, your concern. On the motion? This,
Mr. President.
no further business? Councilor Novoselsky.
Mr. President, just a couple points. I want to remind everybody that Wednesday is Veterans Day. The city had their ceremony last night at the Beachfront VFW. It was well attended. I thank everybody for attending and those that help donate to make the night a success. One thing that is floating around the country right now is to recognize our troops overseas, and the DOD is asking that everybody put a green light on their front porch to signify that they are supporting the troops overseas. So that's number one. Number two, as far as veterans concerned, there's a food bank that's held once a month for the veterans in the city of Revere. And it's always I believe, the first Wednesday of each month. The next one will be in December. They're held from 11:30 on at the American Legion Hall. And you have to register. You have to register with the Veteran Service Officer, Nick Boer, assisted by Donna Driesen, at 781-286-8119. And the registration has to be done for December by November 18th. So I offer this out to all those that need food, and canned goods mostly. And if anybody would like them, make the effort to go down there, please do. We're here to help our veterans, and this is one way the city of Revere is doing it. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr.
Councilor Novoselsky, that's an excellent idea, and I hope everyone will do something positive to make that happen. Councilor Patch.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to wish all my fellow Marines out there, tomorrow is the Marine Corps birthday, November 10th, and have a glorious day. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for that information, Councilor Patch. Councilor Ganasso.
Thank you, Mr. President. This past week, the city of Revere lost the daughter of Anthony Padova, who was a leader in the senior citizen movement and a senior who took care of many facets of the senior life in Revere. It was very instrumental in getting the senior center put on Pleasant Street, Central Street, or what's the name? Winthrop Ave, excuse me. So his daughter passed away this past week, a wonderful young lady, Marie Syker, and certainly she will be gravely missed by all of us, and we would like to recognize her passing, a moment of silence in the Revere City Council chambers.
Thank you, Councilor Ganasso. Thank you, Councilor. Seeing no further business.
Mr. President, while we're standing, can I offer a moment of silence to a great gentleman, did many things for the city of Revere, James Dixon Sr. He was a wonderful man, and he was an election commissioner for many, many years, but just involved in Rotary and a lot of other great causes, just a true gentleman, and we lost him, so I'd like a moment of silence, please.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no further business, this council will stand adjourned until 6 p.m. on November 16th, 2015.